So today is a very good day for being able to have businesses open and customers being able to have more access. It's a good day to give some financial assistance to these hard-hit businesses that have been so innovative.
Well, you heard it. Huge breaking news tonight as Eastern Washington has just been approved to enter phase 2 of the reopening. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us on KREM 2 News First at 4. I'm Tom Sherry.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Whitney Ward. Yeah, today we have got live team coverage with the latest information from Governor Inslee and exactly what this means for our local businesses. So we want to get straight to it. We begin tonight with our political reporter, Casey Decker, and the announcement that we just heard from the governor. Casey?
Well, Whitney, it's the announcement our area has been waiting for since November. Some restrictions will now start to be lifted. This as part of the new reopening plan that was first announced in January. Regions need to meet 3 of 4 metrics to move out of phase 1 into phase 2. There are no other phases at the moment. And just a few moments ago, Governor Jay Inslee announced Eastern Washington is one of the regions that meets those criteria. You can take a look here. Our case rate is decreasing by a solid 43%. It only needs to be decreasing by 10%. So that's 1. Our hospitalizations have gone down 17% since the last check-in, again meeting that 10% requirement, that's 2. Our ICU capacity at 73%, it just needs to be under 90, so that's 3. And our test positivity rate, well, that's sitting at 10%. It needs to be less than 10%, so we don't meet that requirement right now. But that doesn't matter. We check enough boxes under the current plan to move forward.
And the science tells us that we are currently driving this pandemic down quite dramatically. We are having considerable, measurable, and scientifically fact-based success right now. And we have businesses that have been suffering closed for months and months now. We have consumers who have not been able to go to gyms and restaurants to some degree, and we want to honor that. So we believe this is a reasonably scientific-based position on the current conditions of this pandemic.
What exactly does all this mean? What actually changes now? Well, let's take a look at the biggest differences. Now, these all go into effect this coming Monday. First, and this is probably the biggest one, indoor dining will return for the first time in months, though just up to 25% capacity. 2, indoor entertainment venues. Those can open up as well with also 25% capacity, a maximum of 200 people in a venue. Gyms can also let more people in under the new phase, again maxing out at 25%. Outdoor sporting events will now be allowed, but participants and spectators, those can't combine for more than 200 people. And very small indoor social gatherings will be permitted in your homes, up to 5 people and only 2 households combined. That means if you're the host, all your guests, they have to already be living together. Now, of course, this move is not permanent. We could get booted back to phase 1 if our numbers start to get worse again. In 2 weeks, updated metrics will be posted. We still have to be meeting 3 of 4 criteria. Now, it doesn't matter which criteria. We could switch which ones are passing and which ones failing and still qualify as long as we meet 3 of them. Now, if we don't check 3 or 4 boxes, the phase 1 restrictions come back that following Monday. So some great news today for a lot of local businesses, but of course Spokane and the rest of the region need to stay diligent unless we want to go right back to where we came from. Tom, Whitney.
Well, phase 2 in Eastern Washington not set to start until Monday, but with Valentine's Day happening on Sunday, and of course these bitter cold temperatures across the state making outdoor dining unlikely. In the press conference today, Governor Inslee was asked if he would allow restaurants to open in phase 2 before Monday.
It's something I can think about. And I will give some thought to that. There may be some procedural and legal ways we can't advance that. I will give that a little bit of consideration.
The governor's announcement is welcome news for small business owners of wineries, clubs, and entertainment venues that have been closed for months with no revenue and bills that need to be paid.
Absolutely. KREM 2's Amanda Rowley has been talking with business owners here all afternoon. She's joining us now live from the Spokane Comedy Club. Hi, Amanda.
Yeah, good evening, Tom and Whitney. So yes, we are at the Spokane Comedy Club. This establishment has closed all the fun that they have here for the last almost year. Now, joining me this afternoon is General Manager Kim Good. And Kim, tell me what your reaction is to this big news, Spokane County moving into phase 2, meaning you guys can reopen.
Honestly, it's unbelievable. I got the news today, and I don't even know if I still believe it. Kind of waiting for that first show to happen, and I think it'll set in at that point.
Yeah, and you guys have adjusted, though. You're still offering food to folks in the meantime, right?
Yes, we are. We have 3 restaurants right now to kind of keep us going, keep us in the flow, so that we can be standing here having this conversation and be back open when we're allowed.
Yeah, and so now that you can reopen, I guess, what can you tell fans of the Spokane Comedy Club? When can we expect you to reopen?
The second we got the news today, we started booking our calendar. So as quickly as we can get these comedy or comedians in, we're opening the doors as of Monday. So
when I walked in initially, you were just so emotional about this news. This is huge. I mean, some businesses have been able to reopen, just a few business opportunities here and there, but you guys have really, I mean, been through the hard part, huh?
Oh, completely. But honestly, we couldn't be here without the community. I know that so many people have reached out, shown us so much love, supported us through these changes, and kind of stuck with us. So, like I said, we couldn't be here without everyone.
Great. And when you were talking about booking the calendar, we do have Kelsey Cook here. She's a comedian who has obviously been affected in the entertainment world. So this opens up the entertainment opportunities. What does this mean for you here in Washington, hearing that, okay, these opportunities are opening up?
Oh my God, it's so exciting. Most of us comics have not really gotten to perform in a comedy club like this live for a year. So having live comedy coming back, it's so great. It also means getting to do less Zoom shows and virtual shows, which have been such a strange transition. And I can't wait. I'm headlining here April 8th through the 10th, and I'm so excited for it.
Yeah. But you've stayed busy, though. What other things have you been working on?
Yeah, so over the past year, I actually shot my first comedy special during the pandemic. So it was shot outside, socially distanced, and it comes out February 26th on Epix. So would love if people check that out. And then you guys on Creme here actually might have seen a story of me and my dad doing our Trumpet Tuesday videos.
Yes.
My dad's a trumpet player in the Spokane Symphony, and obviously his job was also very affected. So yeah, we've been doing that on my Instagram.
Great. And we love watching that. We love seeing you, and we're excited to have folks, you and other comedians back here at the Spokane Comedy Club soon.
Yeah, so excited.
Thank you so much, Kelsey and Kim, for joining us here. So exciting news for the Comedy Club and other entertainment venues here as Spokane County moves into phase 2 of reopening. Reporting in downtown Spokane, Amanda Rowley, Creme 2 News.
Amanda, thank you very much. You know, it really is incredible the lengths that these businesses, these individuals have had to go to, but that they have been willing to do just in order to stay afloat for this moment today.
And then now they have to line up comics that, you know, are outside of the area and get them to come here. And there's some money there. And then they have to find staffing, which has been probably laid off. And there's a lot to do. And boy, but I know they're happy to be back.
Yes, never been so happy to do so much work, for sure. Today's announcement also impacting thousands of high school students all across our region.
So it looks like we're going to have some sort of semblance of high school sports in just a few weeks. Brenna Green joins us now in the newsroom. She caught up with some of the people affected. Brenna.
Yeah, a few of our high school sports slated to start in a few weeks were able to compete regardless of the phase we are in. But for football, volleyball, and girls soccer players, today's announcement was everything they've been waiting to hear for 10 months. And the GSL volleyball games will start February 23rd. Football will begin Saturday, February 27th. Girls soccer, provided we stay in phase 2, will start March 1st. And cross country, which can happen regardless of the phase we're in, will begin March 6th. I spoke with Gonzaga Prep quarterback Ryan McKenna and Shadle Park football head coach Jim Mace about what today's announcement means to them. Just a little context for Jim's quote. I broke the news to him over text before our interview.
It's exciting. It's obviously a great feeling just to be able to have something to look forward to again and know that you're working towards something that's going to actually happen.
I can be honest. I mean, when it's quiet around my house a lot of times, I'm like, are we even going to have a season? Are we even going to have a chance? Are we blowing smoke to these people and families and kids? And when you sent me that text, I started thinking, wow, like I wasn't blowing smoke. They are going to get a game.
We will have so much more tonight at 6 from both Jim and Ryan, as well as GSL Director Ken Van Sickle. By the way, February 27th could be one of the biggest sports days our region has ever seen. As I mentioned earlier, high school football will start then, and Eastern and Idaho will also start their football seasons against each other that day. The Gonzaga men also have a free date that day, and I wouldn't be surprised if they schedule a home game and finish out an undefeated regular season in the Kennel. Back to you guys.